Hi everyone, so I thought I would do a little video tutorial as I'm paying my bills today to show you the very sophisticated spreadsheet I've created for myself to pay bills each month. So you can see this is my January budget. I have it broken up into two different pay periods because that's how I plan my billing cycles. Is my husband works and he gets a paycheck every 15th and I think 31st of the month, give or take when that date falls, the last day of the month. And so I have broken up our bills by due dates to fall in two different date categories. So here I think usually I even write up here that this is like stuff that's due around the 1st of the month and this is what's due around the 15th. So again, very sophisticated. This is the money that we have coming in. So I've just written it up here. I used to be, let's see some of my other examples, more anal about it. So it looked prettier. So this is one of my first budgets. I had color and I had this stuff calculated a little bit more comprehensively, but I am really stuck on doing it in the physical world rather than digital. I think a lot of that is because I actually manually pay all of my bills. I have maybe two that are set up on auto pay, and I'm really careful about that. Some of that's because my husband gets paid different days of the month depending on when the month that we're in, what the last day is, because some days have 28, some days have 30. So it just depends. So I've calculated everything that needs to really stay in my account form, and I just pay digitally up here. So my water, trash, insurance, I belong to a CSA farm, and I have my rent up there. These are my more liquid cash funds that I need to actually withdraw the cash in order to pay. I have an envelope system as per Dave Ramsey's method that I use, and I'll pull that out next time so you guys can see. But basically I put little circles next to the payment, and once I've funded the envelopes or I've actually paid the bill online, I check it off. I check mark it off. If my bill is higher than it trended the month before, I cross out my projected cost and I put in the new number that I paid, so I can project that more accurately in the following month, theoretically. So these are all the categories that I have. I'm really proud of this. It's been working really well. And yesterday, for example, I took my dog into the vet. She's needing some dental work. Unfortunately, she's a breed that has some issues with her teeth. And so what I'm having to do is figure out how we're going to cash flow the treatment that she needs, because it's not inexpensive, and previously I've actually not really had an animal fund in my budget. So I had to divide the number and figure out this $49.09 is now going to be a regularly recurring fund that I need each month, and actually I think that's each pay period. So this will be showing up on both sides to better prepare us for next time so we don't have this unexpected cost. Normally, I would be shoveling a lot of our extra money into our student loans, but because this cost is a little more expensive than I had expected, what I'm going to do is cash flow it. And what I mean by that is I've learned that when unexpected costs come up, like last month we had to re-register our truck, and it had been sitting for a while and we're needing to use it again. So that was an expense that normally would have been really shocking. But what I do is I plan ahead with some extra money that I stash away, but I also have some money that we have extra set aside for paying off debts, and normally I really don't want to dip into that money at all. But if it's an emergency and I don't want to go put it on credit, which I avoid like the plague, I go ahead and cash flow it. So the money that I have coming in, I'll plan for, I put the date for her tooth surgery in such a way that I know I'll have enough influx of money coming in that I can set aside, and we'll have to bypass the student loans other than the minimum payments until that's done, so that I'll have enough money to pay for the surgery. So what I mean by cash flow is I have enough money coming in that I can then allocate some extra money towards this surgery so that we can pay it in increments so it's not so shocking, and I know that we'll have the money in place to be able to do it. There's always some fudging that needs to happen. Sometimes I've even dipped into some other funds, which I don't like to have to do, but then I have to just make note that I need to refund those once that larger cost is over. So luckily that's just going to be a one-time payment. But then what I did, which is really important, is to prevent that from happening in the future, I created a pay period fund that will specifically fund an envelope for my dog and any other animals that you might have, to be able to pay for things like this in the future. So that's what I'm doing today, is a bunch of bill paying. I've already paid all of my bills up here digitally this morning. And what I'm going to do then is go to the bank and actually withdraw the money. Not only the money I have added up here that I need to fund the envelopes for, but the extra money that I'm setting aside for the dog. So this is the dog fund, which normally it was moving into student loans, but I'm actually going to put it aside for my dog this month so that our dog is happy and healthy because we love her. And I'm going to film myself going to the bank too, because it seems monotonous and kind of old school, but I swear by doing it. So every bill pay day, every day that we get paid is bill pay day for me. So I transfer all of the money that my husband and I share in a joint account into my checking account to pay bills, and I head to the bank. So I'll show that next. So I thought I'd show you our cute little dog, since we are going to be paying for her dental surgery. Marcy! Mars! You can see why she's so cute. Ooh, Marcy! You say hi to everybody? Hey! Yeah! So you have some teeth problems, but we're gonna fix them, huh? Yes. You say hi to everybody. You're such a good doggy. You were sad yesterday because you got a bunch of shots, huh? Yeah. So yeah, who could refuse that? She's too cute to not take good care of. We love her. Her name is Marceline. We named her, she's a vampire dog after the vampire girl in Adventure Time. So that's little Marceline.